My name is John McCarthy. I'm the Advice and Information Team Leader for East Anglia and Essex. And what that means is I manage the team of people that go out and meet with our beneficiaries, try and figure out what problems they're facing and put in a plan of support to help them get back on their feet. Well, this is one of 16 pop-in centres throughout the country, and essentially this is an advice and information centre, so people can come in, sit with somebody face-to-face and get the support that they need. So the main areas we look at when somebody comes in are their financial situation, their accommodation, their employment, their physical health and mental well-being, their social support networks and any independent living needs that they have. And we know that those sort of 7 areas all intermingle. If somebody comes to us and they've got a small financial need and their only option was to go to a charity, very often you find that there's a lot more going on in that person's life, and that what they're presented with is just a symptom. The actual problem is a lot further back and it's probably been there for a long time, and we have to sit down with the client, help them understand what the problem really is, and then put in a plan to solve that, to stop these symptoms keep happening. We can help people with just bits of information, and very often people can take that and they can go fight the good fight themselves. But for those clients that need that extra level of support, because we've got that knowledge and expertise, we're able to take that forward and be there to support them, to be there shoulder to shoulder and make sure that they get what they're supposed to get. Was a veteran who had been homeless for the last few years. This chap had been living in the woods for the past 8 weeks in our area, and he'd been essentially set upon by a gang of youths. So he came to us in quite a bad way. We sat down and we went through our needs assessment to figure out what had been going on, and it became quite clear that this guy had some quite severe mental health problems, and he'd never had any support with him in the past. We worked with him to make sure he could access the mental health support that he needed. We worked with him to make sure he could start looking for work and generating a bit more income again. And we helped him into privately rented accommodation. What he found, and he went out there and he found it himself, was essentially a bedsit. For him, that was life-changing. He had a place where he was dry, he was warm, he was safe, he was able to concentrate on his mental health and get him back into work. Well, the handyman service is one of the greatest services that we do.
Hello, Mr. Rust.
Yes.
Andy from the Royal British Legion Handyvans.
They go out there into people's homes who they may be having issues with general maintenance of their properties. They might need handrails put in their house to support them with their mobility, or a ramp put in for their wheelchairs. And our handyman service have very good tradesmen that go in there, carry out the work that's needing to be done, but at the same time they're there to pick up on other issues that client might be having. And with the client's permission, pass that information back to us so we can get involved and make sure that all of the problems are dealt with.
You need extra grab rails somewhere, or we carry all the grab rails on the van.
Yeah.
So if ever you need anything like that, we can fit them quite quickly.
Yeah.
The donations that we get support every single thing that we do. On our advice, information, support, welfare services, we spend £10,000 an hour of every single day. So that money comes from donations, and that £10,000 is being spent at local level on the grassroots. It doesn't just sit in a big account waiting for somebody in head office to make decisions on how to spend it. That money filters straight down to us. It's my team, staff and volunteers that are going out that get to make the decisions on how that money's spent. And that money is going to be spent on clients' needs. At the end of the day, lives are at stake. Where if we don't help somebody overcome their problems, they're going to be spiralling further and further out of control. It's life-changing support that our team offers here, and it's life-changing action that our clients take. We help people to help themselves and make sure that they can live a full life.